We are here today with Bishop Michael Pence, the founder of Cornerstone Church, and he's going to talk about his new book called Fault Lines. What inspired you to write this book?
I inspired it because I see a lot of people going through crises in life where their life begins to shake. I call them life quakes. And sometimes they don't know how to get through troubles in life. And it really made me feel like it's time to write something about it.
What is the meaning of the title?
Well, the title has to do with, it's a play on words. A fault line is where earthquakes come from, where the tectonic plates under the earth shake, and it causes the earthquake. And so I think that sometimes the Bible uses an analogy of building a house on the rock, and sometimes we build our life on unstable belief systems.
What are some examples of life quakes?
Well, sometimes they're referred to as midlife, like a midlife crisis is a life quake. Sometimes people, a lot of times in the middle of a thing. Sometimes you see like older couples that are married and they love each other, they're in their 70s, and you see people that are first married and they love each other. Somewhere in the middle they have trouble. Sometimes in the middle of a business is a life quake. Sometimes people go through tragedy, sickness, illness, financial problems. All those things are life quakes.
What are some signs people you know may be headed for a life quake?
Well, when people start moving their value systems and they start changing what they believed in for a long time, that's a sign. Sometimes a radical appearance change, rather than just like a fashion, but like radical appearance change that happens quickly. Sometimes discarding long-term friends, getting a whole new group of friends that are living a different lifestyle.
How can people avoid life quakes?
Really, it's by, number one, knowing that you're susceptible to it, that it can happen. Also, then by staying in really good, strong relationships that are transparent, that are long-term, and that are honest relationships really helps.
How do people get through or recover from a life quake?
Well, recovery a lot of times needs help in the sense of, part of the reason I wrote the book is for people that I call gap standers, people that stand in the gap for someone else, because resiliency is a great commodity, and people have what I call bounce back in them, but sometimes we need some help. We need someone that we can be accountable to. We need someone that can help us walk out the steps, rebuild trust, rebuild the life that we've had. So yes, it can happen.
Have you been through a life quake, and how did you get through it?
Well, yes, I think maybe not a full-blown like life quake, but you have shifting on the inside of you. As we age, at different seasons in our life, we start seeing things differently and feeling differently. And I think that I've been fortunate to avoid a bunch of them and to get through whatever has been around me by having good, strong, solid relationships.
How many cities and countries will you be visiting over the next year and talking about your book?
Yeah, well, that number is kind of steadily growing because it's coming, the invitations are coming in now, but I'll be in Philadelphia very shortly. Then I'm going to go to Ghana, West Africa, right after Thanksgiving. Then I'll go to South Africa and be in Pretoria and Cape Town and all of those places. And then after the first of the year, looks like it's going to be Dallas and Denver, so I'm going a little bit of everywhere.
If people would like a copy of your book, how can they purchase one?
Well, thank you for asking. They can go to faultlinesbook.com, faultlinesbook.com, and that way they can get it on tablet form or they can order a hard copy, however they like to get it, faultlinesbook.com.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the interview.
This is Sylvia Vick reporting for the Toledo Digital Media Club.